Hey guys, what is up? Firestream93 here. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I'm going to do a Q&A, which I got a few questions from Instagram from a few people. The two things I'm going to talk about in this video are the Flyers' inconsistent play and what I think they can do with coaching and who I think they could get. Before I get into that, I'm going to talk about why I'm recording from here. If you do not follow my Instagram, I did get a desk in my room, and this is probably the best spot for me to do videos. You can see my face clearly, things like that. I was recording like lower from the desk, but then I figured I'll do it up a little bit higher on my window, so it's a lot better now. Anyway, first I'm going to talk about the Flyers' inconsistent play. It's been one of the key factors why they've probably been struggling a lot this year, and that's why they're 7th. They're going up to 7th and then go back down 8th and things like that. If you notice in most games, around November, the Flyers had, they played a few teams out west and they got 7 out of the 8 possible points. And then they went on a streak where they didn't win a lot of games. They had no points and they fell to 8th in the division. I think they went like 4 and I don't even remember what they went, but they were real bad. They were losing a lot of home games and things like that, and then they start to win again, and then they'll lose again, things like that. One of the big things that the Flyers never really have in the games is goal scoring. I mean, they'll score 6 goals one game and then barely get 2 the next. I mean, it's one of the main things why they lose so many games back to back, and how they always will. I mean, the last game before Calgary, they played Winnipeg, and they lost 7-1. The game before that, they played Buffalo, and they won 6-2. Now, granted, Buffalo and Winnipeg are two very good teams. Winnipeg's probably one of the best in their division, and Buffalo's like top 5 in the league as of right now. But the thing was, Buffalo was on a 5-game losing streak, but that doesn't really matter. But anyway, I mean, you probably get my point. How do you score 6 goals in one, and then you give up 7 in the other, or you only score 1 in the other, and vice versa? But the thing is like, some people were saying, oh, well, why did they start Neuwirth? Well, Stolarz has played about 4 games. 4 or 5 games in a row, but then people were saying that it was a big span in the week and things like that. But even still, even with the break, like in today's NHL, you have to give your goalies a rest. So that was probably one of the main reasons. Neuwirth has only played, I think, maybe 2 games this year. I think that was the second game. And another thing is the Flyers do take a lot of penalties, and that is one of the reasons why they usually give up a lot of goals, and that's why their penalty kill is also very bad, because they haven't had a good coach and because they do take a lot of penalties. But I mean, as I said, it doesn't really revolve around inconsistent play, but if you think about it, it does at the same time. But now I'm going to talk about coaching. Now, the coaching thing is, it's kind of like an opinion. So basically, if the Flyers want to get Quenneville, I'm thinking that they're going to wait until the end of the year, because knowing Quenneville, since he just got off with Chicago and things like that, I'm thinking that Quenneville is going to wait until the end of the year. He's going to want a fresh start with a new team, probably going to want some time off with his family, things like that. If I were the Flyers, I would give Hackstall the rest of this year, get rid of him in the off season, and then sign Quenneville. Now, if you think about it, as I said, it is an opinion, so, but I think it's probably the best thing they could do, because if you give Quenneville enough time to look at the team and see what he has to do, and you see what this team can do with the rest of this year, since we're already a third through the season, I mean, we'll see what happens, but that's what I think is going to happen, and I honestly think Quenneville is the best bet for us, because I think Quenneville would probably be the most uptight, real aggressive coach since Laviolette, and they got rid of him because of a bad start. So I'm kind of hoping that they can leave Hextall for the rest of this year. I know a lot of people probably aren't going to agree with that, but as I said, it's an opinion. And sign Quenneville in the offseason. But, all right. As I said, this is the new spot now. I'm going to try to maybe try to fiddle around with some new camera spots and stuff like that, but I think this is probably the best spot that I'm going to use. So, all right, that's what I think. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.